Humans called them Special Forces. The Galactic already feared the regulars. Alex Brown walked along the metal walkway of the orbital station, his boots making soft, clanging sounds against the steel floor. The station hung like a small jewel above the blue and green world of Celira 7. Humans had been here for only a few years, but already this station was important for trade routes and defense. Alex had been assigned to lead a standard patrol, nothing elite, nothing fancy. Just regular human soldiers. Yet the galaxy seemed to fear even ordinary humans. He glanced at the soldiers behind him. There were 25 of them, young men and women, all wearing the usual gray combat uniforms. Their weapons were standard-issue pulse rifles, nothing special, no exotic alien tech. Yet, each soldier carried himself with a quiet confidence, trained to act without hesitation. They moved in a line, scanning their surroundings as if every shadow hid a threat. "Report, Lieutenant Carter," Alex said. He didn't need to shout. His voice was calm but firm. The station's corridor was busy with engineers and maintenance bots, yet the soldiers naturally spread out to cover their leader. Lieutenant Lisa Carter, the alien liaison officer, turned to him. She was tall for her species, her skin a pale blue, her eyes wide with curiosity. She had been sent by the Interstellar Council to observe human military behavior. "All systems are stable, Captain Brown." "Patrol is ready to move," Alex nodded. "Good, stay sharp. We don't know what might appear in the outer sectors." The aliens on the council reports had painted humans as chaotic and unpredictable, sometimes reckless, sometimes lucky. Yet here, Alex thought, his soldiers moved with precision. Humans were not perfect, but they learned fast. They adapted. That was what made them dangerous. The patrol left the station and stepped onto the surface of Celira 7. The air here was breathable for humans, though the sky carried a faint orange tint from the planet's twin suns. The terrain was rocky, dotted with metallic structures that humans had built to support mining operations. Alex's team moved carefully, scanning every ridge, every shadow. "Captain," said Private Ryan Cole, a young soldier barely out of training, "I think I see movement near the ridge ahead." He pointed to a line of rocks where the light and shadows shifted strangely. Alex raised his hand. The patrol froze instantly. The human soldiers had drilled for moments like this. Reaction without hesitation, eyes scanning, weapons ready. A group of small, armed creatures, pirates, as intelligence had reported, emerged from behind the rocks. Their skin was a dark green, tough and leathery. Each held a crude plasma gun buzzing with low energy. They snarled and advanced, confident in their numbers. 10 against 25 seemed like an advantage. Yet Alex did not flinch. "Hold your positions," Alex ordered. His voice was calm, almost casual. The soldiers followed instantly, crouching behind rocks, scanning for openings. The first pirate fired. The pulse hit the ground near Private Cole, sending sparks into the air. The human soldier did not panic. He rolled to the side, fired a single precise shot, and the pirate fell. 1. Another pirate tried to flank them, moving behind a ridge. Corporal Emma Lane spotted him. She fired twice, both shots hitting perfectly. The pirate fell silently. Alex walked forward, his pulse rifle ready. "Keep moving, cover each other," he said. The soldiers advanced in a smooth formation, each movement practiced and exact. The pirates tried to coordinate, but humans reacted too quickly. One pirate aimed at Alex directly, thinking he could intimidate the leader. Alex ducked, fired once, and the creature collapsed. The aliens observing from a hidden orbital drone were stunned. These were regular humans. No special weapons, no elite units. Yet they moved with skill that most species thought only a highly trained strike team could match. Lieutenant Carter's eyes widened. She whispered to herself, "This is impossible. They said these were normal troops." The skirmish lasted only 5 minutes. By the time the last pirate tried to retreat, human soldiers had flanked them, cutting off all escape routes. The pirates surrendered, confused and shaken. Alex lowered his weapon. "Take them alive," he ordered. The soldiers moved quickly, restraining the defeated pirates with standard energy cuffs. Not one human had been injured. Not one soldier had panicked. The aliens watching could only guess how dangerous humans could become if these were just the regulars. As they escorted the prisoners back to the station, Alex walked beside Lieutenant Carter. "So," she said, her voice cautious, "these are your normal soldiers." Alex smiled faintly. "Yes, nothing special. They follow orders, stay calm, adapt, and fight smart. That's all." "And yet, they are terrifying," she said, almost under her breath. Alex didn't respond immediately. He thought of all the reports he had read about humans in the galaxy. Every species underestimated them. Every species assumed humans needed elite teams for dangerous tasks. Yet here, a simple patrol had crushed a pirate ambush without difficulty. The difference, Alex knew, was human resolve. Humans trained to survive. Humans learned from failure. Humans did not give up. The rest of the galaxy assumed these were just lucky quirks. In truth, it was strategy, discipline, and courage. Later in the command center, the patrol debriefed. Each soldier reported efficiently, clearly, and without exaggeration. Alex listened, noting the small details that often made the difference in battle: timing, coordination, positioning. It was all very ordinary for humans, but extraordinary for anyone who had not faced them before. The alien liaison took notes furiously. She would have to report back to the council, and she already worried about how her report would be received. Regular humans, if left unchecked, could outfight even elite squads from most galactic forces. And yet, the humans did not boast, did not seek glory. They simply did their job: protect civilians, secure the area, and return safely. That night, Alex walked alone to the observation deck. The two suns of Selira 7 hung low in the sky, casting long shadows over the rocky terrain. He thought about the galaxy beyond this small world. Humans were spreading slowly, quietly. Every mission, every patrol, every simple act of duty added to a reputation that the rest of the galaxy did not fully understand. "Why do they fear us?" Lieutenant Carter's voice came behind him. She had followed him quietly, as was her habit. Alex smiled slightly. "They don't understand us. They look at us and see what we can do, not how we do it. Humans are unpredictable to them because we survive when others would panic. We fight together, no matter the odds." "That's enough to make anyone afraid," she nodded slowly. "I think I'm beginning to understand." Alex turned his gaze to the horizon. Somewhere beyond the stars, other species plotted, feared, and underestimated humans. He thought of his soldiers back in the barracks, sleeping, cleaning weapons, preparing for the next day. These were not heroes. These were ordinary humans. Yet the galaxy already feared them, and Alex knew it would only grow. The night passed quietly, but the station remained on high alert. Scanners picked up small ships in orbit, and reports of unusual activity on nearby colonies reached the command center. Yet Alex's patrol was ready. Each soldier moved with precision, trained to react, trained to survive. They did not panic, did not hesitate. To the galaxy, they were an enigma. To Alex, they were just his team. When morning came, the station hummed with activity. Maintenance crews repaired equipment, supply ships unloaded cargo, and the human soldiers prepared for a routine patrol. Alex watched them move, calm, confident, each step measured, each action deliberate. He thought of the many worlds humans had yet to touch, the conflicts yet to face, and the rumors that spread faster than light across the galaxy. Humans were called special forces only when elites were involved, yet the truth was already clear. Even regular humans were enough to inspire fear. And so, on this small rock orbiting a quiet world, the galaxy began to whisper tales of human soldiers who fought with skill, focus, and courage. Tales that would grow with each patrol, each battle, each ordinary human action. Alex turned from the observation deck. Another day awaited, another routine patrol, another test. The humans were ready as always. The galaxy might fear them, might underestimate them, might try to prepare. But humans, even in their normal form, were already something the stars would never forget. The day after the pirate ambush, Lieutenant Lisa Carter arrived at the human base early in the morning. She had requested to observe more closely, to understand how humans could be so effective. The base was simple but well organized, with metal buildings, communication towers, and training grounds scattered across the rocky terrain. Humans worked efficiently, moving between tasks with purpose, yet there was a sense of calm. No one rushed, no one panicked. Captain Alex Brown met her at the entrance. "Good morning, Lieutenant," he said with a small smile. "I hope you're ready for another ordinary day." Lisa looked around, skeptical. The human soldiers were assembling for routine drills. She had expected chaos, shouting, maybe even arrogance. Instead, she saw soldiers running in formation, checking their weapons and exchanging quiet instructions. She had read reports, heard rumors, but seeing this in person was different. These were regular humans, and yet there was something in their movements, their focus, their discipline that made her uneasy. "Are they always this calm?" she asked. Alex shrugged. "We train for it. Humans panic, but we teach them not to. We practice until thinking becomes instinct." The morning passed with routine patrols and training exercises. Human soldiers moved efficiently, sometimes working in pairs, sometimes in small squads. They simulated attacks, defended mock targets, and practiced coordination. The aliens who had visited the base before would have expected elite squads performing advanced maneuvers, yet these were ordinary soldiers performing perfectly. As the sun reached its highest point in the orange sky, an alert sounded. The base's scanners had detected movement near the neighboring colony about 10 kilometers away. Alex's brow furrowed. "Let's move," he said. "Take only what you need. We don't know what we're facing yet." The soldiers prepared quickly, gathering standard equipment and weapons. Alex led 20 of his best trained, yet ordinary soldiers. No special forces, no hidden elite units, just regular humans. Lieutenant Carter followed, observing every move. The transport ship was small, built to carry personnel efficiently. It lifted off smoothly, leaving the station behind. Below, the rocky terrain stretched for kilometers, dotted with small human outposts. The humans approached the colony cautiously, scanning for threats. When they arrived, the scene was chaotic. Alien raiders had attacked, looting supplies, damaging buildings, and hurting frightened colonists. The aliens were large, with armored skin and sharp claws, much stronger than humans. Yet Alex did not hesitate. He studied the battlefield, calculated the best path, and issued simple, clear commands. "Split into 2 squads," he ordered. "One covers the civilians, one engages the raiders. Keep communication open. Do not fire unless necessary." The soldiers moved immediately. Squad 1 ran toward the panicked colonists, forming a protective line with energy shields. Squad 2 moved toward the raiders, using cover, moving silently and striking quickly. The raiders expected humans to panic under pressure, but instead the soldiers advanced steadily, coordinated, precise. One raider charged at Corporal Emma Lane, swinging a heavy claw. Emma sidestepped, fired 2 controlled bursts from her pulse rifle, and the creature dropped. Another raider tried to attack from the side. Private Ryan Cole flanked him, taking cover behind a rock, and shot accurately. The aliens had strength, but humans had focus and speed. Lieutenant Carter watched in disbelief. The humans were not elite. They were ordinary soldiers trained to act as a unit, thinking quickly, reacting faster than anyone expected. She whispered to herself, "If this is normal, what are the special forces like?" Alex moved through the battlefield calmly, issuing short, clear commands. "Cover that building. Check for civilians. Do not let them escape." His soldiers followed instinctively, communicating through hand signals, eye contact, and short phrases. The humans were everywhere at once, appearing in the right place at the right time, controlling the situation without chaos. The raiders attempted to regroup, forming a circle around a central building. Alex observed, then made a simple decision. Push from the east and west. Civilians stay protected. No one fires until I signal. The squad split, moving silently. When they struck, it was sudden and overwhelming. The raiders were caught off guard. Several fell before they could react. The humans pressed the attack, but never recklessly. They prioritized protection and control. After a tense half-hour, the raiders fled. The colonists were safe, the buildings largely intact, and the humans had not suffered a single serious injury. The aliens observing the battle through drones were stunned. These were regular soldiers, yet they had defeated stronger and more numerous enemies without elite teams. The fear of humans was spreading across the galaxy, and the aliens were beginning to understand why. Later at the base, the soldiers helped repair damaged buildings and comforted the frightened colonists. Alex supervised quietly, making sure tasks were completed efficiently. "Good work today," he said simply. His words were calm, but the weight behind them carried respect. The soldiers exchanged quiet smiles, proud but not boastful. Lieutenant Carter approached Alex again. "I don't understand. How can regular soldiers do this?" Alex smiled faintly. "Humans fight for each other. We don't rely on luck. We plan, we adapt, we stay calm, that's all. Nothing extraordinary, just trained humans doing their job." She shook her head, still in disbelief. "The galaxy will never believe this. They will think there are hidden elites behind every victory." Alex shrugged. "Let them believe. It works in our favor. Fear is a tool. But remember, we are only regular soldiers. Special forces exist, but we rarely call them." He paused, looking at the horizon. "Sometimes the regulars are enough." That night the base was quiet. Human soldiers rested, checked weapons, and prepared for the next patrol. Alex walked among them, speaking quietly, observing, ensuring everyone was safe. He thought about the galaxy beyond this world, the species who underestimated humans, the rumors that spread faster than light. Humans were simple, yet their simplicity made them unpredictable. The rest of the galaxy assumed humans were lucky, reckless, or random. In truth, it was skill, training, and unity. Lieutenant Carter followed him to the observation deck once more. "I think I understand now," she said softly. "Humans are not powerful because of weapons or technology. They are something else, something the galaxy cannot measure easily." Alex nodded. "We survive, we protect, we fight smart. That's enough to make anyone afraid." She watched the humans move below, ordinary soldiers repairing equipment, guarding the colony, assisting civilians. Yet even in their normal actions there was power. Discipline, focus, courage, it radiated naturally. "So this is why humans are feared," she whispered. "Not elites, not weapons, but regular soldiers." Alex smiled faintly. "Exactly. The galaxy sees only results. They see humans win. They don't see the hours of training, the practice, the failures we learn from. It all comes together when needed. That's the real secret." In the days that followed, reports of human victories spread across nearby systems. Aliens whispered about human patrols, about their uncanny skill, about how even standard soldiers could handle threats that would overwhelm other species. Intelligence officers tried to uncover the truth, to find hidden elite squads, but Alex and his team were ordinary. Yet ordinary humans were already enough to inspire fear. As the sun set on Celira 7, Alex walked along the cliffs overlooking the colony. The orange light bathed the rocky terrain in warmth. He thought about the future, about other worlds humans would protect, about challenges yet to come. Humans were simple in method but powerful in effect. The galaxy had underestimated them, and that mistake would be repeated many times. Humans are strange, Lieutenant Carter said quietly beside him. They fight not to conquer, but to survive. They do not boast, yet they are already legends. Alex looked at her. We don't care about legends. We care about protecting our own. Fear is just a side effect. She nodded, understanding at last. Humans were unpredictable, unyielding, and determined. Not because they were elite, but because they were human. And the galaxy, watching from afar, began to whisper stories of humans who could turn the tide of battle without ever calling in special forces. The night passed quietly. The humans rested, repaired, and prepared. The galaxy beyond waited, unaware of the true scope of human capability. But for Alex and his soldiers, it was another ordinary day, another routine mission, another test of their skill, courage, and discipline. And that ordinary human courage would continue to grow, unnoticed by most, feared by many, and respected only by those who had witnessed it firsthand. The news of human victories spread quickly across nearby star systems. Rumors traveled faster than any official reports. Alien commanders whispered in private meetings, worried about patrols that should have been harmless but instead had driven off stronger forces. Humans were becoming a mystery, a puzzle the galaxy could not solve. Lieutenant Lisa Carter returned to the observation post at Solaris 7. She had spent weeks watching human soldiers in action, noting how ordinary humans could defeat larger, stronger enemies. She had reported her findings to the Galactic Council, but many members refused to believe her. Surely, they said, these victories involve elite units hidden from sight. She shook her head. No, she told them, these are regular soldiers. Ordinary humans trained to adapt, think fast, and act together. They are terrifying even without elites. One council member, a tall reptilian named Krell, hissed, "You are mistaken. Humans cannot be this effective without their special forces. It is impossible." "I have observed them myself," Lisa replied calmly. "The humans are disciplined, coordinated, and courageous. Their regular troops are enough to overwhelm enemies that most species cannot handle. They do not panic. They react logically, quickly, and without fear." "This is their advantage," the council murmured. Some were afraid to admit it. Fear of humans was spreading. If regular soldiers could perform so well, what could human special forces do? Meanwhile, on the frontier world of Veridian 4, Commander Amy Hill received her orders. Her mission seemed simple: defend a mining station from a possible raid by a local alien gang. Intelligence suggested the attack would be minor. Humans rarely used special forces for routine defense, and Amy would lead only her regular soldiers. The soldiers prepared quietly, checking weapons, supplies, and armor. They were not elite, yet each one moved with calm confidence, knowing their training would carry them through. Amy looked at her team, thinking of the rumors circulating among alien species. Humans were already feared, and yet these were ordinary troops. As they arrived at the mining station, scanners picked up the gang. Dozens of alien raiders, heavily armed, were moving toward the facility. The aliens expected humans to panic or retreat. Instead, the human soldiers calmly spread out, took cover, and organized defensive positions. Private Daniel Myers, a young soldier, crouched behind a low wall. "They're coming fast," he said. Amy nodded. "Don't worry, stay focused. Trust your training, we've faced worse." The raiders opened fire. Energy blasts streaked through the air, hitting the ground and structures. The humans moved without hesitation, returning fire in controlled bursts, using cover and protecting civilians. The aliens were strong, but humans were smarter in the fight. Corporal Jesse Lane moved through the battlefield, coordinating positions and giving signals. The soldiers reacted instantly. One raider attempted to charge her from the side. She rolled behind cover, fired 2 precise shots, and the raider fell. The team did not stop. They continued to push forward, each movement deliberate, each attack coordinated. The aliens tried to surround the humans. They had superior numbers and strength. Yet the humans adapted quickly. Squad leaders communicated silently, using signals and short phrases. Humans flanked the raiders, forcing them into tight spaces where their strength was less effective. One by one, the raiders fell or fled. Amy observed calmly. "Good. Hold positions, cover each other, and move carefully. They will not break us." The battle ended in under 30 minutes. The raiders retreated, leaving the station intact and the civilians safe. The human soldiers had not used special forces, yet the victory was complete. The aliens watching through drones were shocked. How could ordinary humans be this effective? News of the battle reached the Galactic Council. Once again, the aliens assumed elite units had been involved. Panic spread among those planning attacks against humans. If normal soldiers could win so decisively, what would happen if humans actually deployed special forces? Back at the base, Amy debriefed her soldiers. She spoke calmly, acknowledging their efforts but emphasizing the importance of teamwork and discipline. "You did well," she said. "This is what makes humans strong, not special units, not weapons. Your focus and courage are enough to turn the tide." Lieutenant Carter took notes for her report. She realized that the humans' reputation was spreading even faster than their victories. Alien commanders began preparing for conflicts that might never come, simply out of fear of ordinary humans. She understood why the galaxy whispered about hidden special forces. The human regulars were already enough to inspire terror. Alex Brown and Amy Hill communicated through secure channels. They discussed recent victories and enemy movements. Their conversation was simple and efficient. "Reports show the galaxy is panicking," Amy said. "They think special forces are everywhere." Alex smiled faintly. "Good, let them fear. Ordinary soldiers are enough. We don't need to prove anything. Fear can work without action." In remote sectors, human patrols continued their routine missions. They protected colonies, monitored borders, and responded to threats. Each encounter, each victory, added to the legend of humans. Yet the soldiers themselves remained calm, focused only on completing their tasks. One day, a large alien convoy attempted to raid a supply depot on the edge of known space. Human forces were dispatched, led by regular soldiers. The aliens assumed elite teams would appear, but none did. Still, humans managed to intercept, outmaneuver, and disable the convoy with minimal losses. The aliens retreated, confused and scared. Lieutenant Carter observed the battle through her ship's sensors. She shook her head. "These are not special forces. These are normal soldiers, and they are terrifying." The council demanded answers. They summoned human representatives to explain. Major Kevin Young, a logistics officer, presented the truth calmly. "These are regular troops," he said. "Humans train all soldiers to the same standard. We have special forces, but they are rarely deployed. The victories you see are ordinary soldiers doing their jobs." The council members were stunned. Some refused to believe it. Fear spread through their ranks. If regular humans could achieve so much, what could happen in a major war? Meanwhile, rumors of human special forces grew, fueled by misinterpretation and fear. The more aliens believed there were hidden elite teams, the more cautious and defensive they became. Human victories were exaggerated in gossip, making the legends even larger. Alex Brown reflected on the situation. Humans did not seek fame or fear. They fought to survive, to protect, and to support one another. Yet the galaxy misunderstood them. Fear had become a tool, even if unintended. Ordinary humans had become a legend simply by being consistent, disciplined, and brave. In quiet moments, Alex watched his soldiers train, repair equipment, or relax in the mess hall. He thought about the galaxy's fear, about alien commanders overestimating the threat. And he realized something important. Humans did not need to be special. The regular soldiers were enough. Fear and respect would come naturally. Lieutenant Carter approached him. "The galaxy is panicking," she said. "They think you have hidden forces everywhere, And yet, these are just regular soldiers, Alex nodded. Exactly, the truth is simple. We fight together, we adapt, and we never give up. That is enough. The rest is their imagination. The humans continued their patrols and missions. Every victory, every challenge reinforced the idea that humans were more than ordinary. Aliens feared them, yet humans remained modest. They did not seek war, conquest, or recognition. They simply acted with skill and courage. As reports of human victories spread further across the galaxy, the whispers about hidden special forces grew louder. Alien species began preparing for conflicts that may never occur, simply out of fear. Humans had become a symbol of unpredictable strength, not because of elites, but because of the regular soldiers, discipline, and bravery. Alex watched the stars at night, thinking about the galaxy's reaction. Humans would continue to spread, continue to protect, and continue to inspire fear without trying. The legend of human special forces was born, even though the truth was simpler. Ordinary humans were already extraordinary. And so, in the quiet of Selira 7 and other frontier worlds, ordinary humans trained, fought, and lived, unaware of the myths they were creating. The galaxy feared them, not because of elites, but because the regulars had proven themselves time and again. Humans were no longer just another species in the stars. They had become a standard of courage, adaptability, and strength, a measure that the galaxy could not ignore. And all it took was ordinary soldiers doing what humans did best, staying calm, acting together, and never giving up. The whispers continued, the fear grew, and the legend spread. Humans did not need to intervene personally in every rumor. The stories of ordinary soldiers, of regular humans who could outfight elites from other species, were enough to make the galaxy take notice. And somewhere in the frontier worlds, Alex Brown smiled quietly. Ordinary humans were enough. The galaxy would learn this lesson slowly, painfully, and over time. And when the time came for special forces, the galaxy would already know that the true danger had been standing right in front of them all along. The alarm sirens blared across the frontier station of Arctura 9. The sky above glowed red from the engines of a massive alien fleet approaching in formation. Scouts reported thousands of enemy ships, carrying troops and advanced weaponry. Other species watching from afar were certain that human special forces would be deployed. Instead, the station's commander, Amy Hill, prepared to defend the station with regular human soldiers. Amy moved through the command center, her voice calm as she issued orders. All units report to positions. Focus on defense. Civilians to shelters. Maintain communication and stay calm. We have trained for this. Lieutenant Danielle West, a young officer, glanced at the massive fleet outside the viewport. Commander, they outnumber us 10-1. Shouldn't we call in special forces? Amy shook her head. We are enough. Our soldiers are trained for situations like this. Don't underestimate them, Lieutenant. Ordinary humans are dangerous when they work together. The human soldiers began moving into defensive positions. They set up energy shields, repaired damaged turrets, and coordinated small squads to cover every sector. Civilians were guided to secure areas, and engineers reinforced critical systems. Every soldier knew their task, every movement was deliberate. Despite the overwhelming odds, there was no panic, only focus. Captain Alex Brown joined Amy at the observation deck, overlooking the outer perimeter. "How do you want to handle the initial strike?" he asked. Amy studied the enemy fleet, noting their approach patterns and probable landing points. "We hold the perimeter until they attempt a landing. Then we strike in coordinated waves. Precision, timing, teamwork. Don't waste energy on unnecessary fire. Conserve resources and keep civilians safe." Alex nodded. "Understood. Our regular soldiers can handle it. Let's show them why humans are feared." The first wave of enemy landing ships entered the atmosphere. Massive, armored walkers descended rapidly toward the station. Alien troops poured out, confident they would overwhelm the defenders. They did not expect humans to be so organized, so calm, so ready. Private Jason Reed fired his pulse rifle from cover, taking down a Walker's sensor unit. Corporal Emma Lane coordinated her squad, covering each other's flanks. The aliens tried to charge, expecting fear. Instead, humans advanced with calm precision, using cover, traps, and tactical flanking to control the battlefield. Amy moved among the soldiers, assessing the situation. Hold your ground, cover each other, keep your eyes open. They cannot break a united human front. The alien forces attempted to flank from the south. Alex spotted the movement and sent 2 squads to intercept, using narrow canyon paths where the aliens' numbers would count for less. The soldiers moved silently, positioning themselves perfectly, then struck with precision. Several alien units were taken down before they could react. Lieutenant West observed the battle through a tactical viewport. "I've never seen humans operate like this," she said quietly. "They are regular soldiers, and they are incredible." The aliens, frustrated by repeated failures, launched massive energy blasts at the station. Turrets fired back, but some blasts hit critical systems. Engineers rushed to repair them under fire. Private Daniel Myers crawled across an open walkway, fixing a power line while shielding himself with a small portable energy barrier. He did not panic, even as explosions rocked the structure. On the ground, Alex coordinated counterattacks. Move forward in pairs. Flank left. Cover right, take them down systematically. Do not rush. Watch your teammates. The soldiers advanced with smooth, synchronized motions. The aliens could not anticipate the human coordination. Every step, every shot, every movement was planned and executed perfectly. Amid the chaos, civilians watched in awe. Humans fought not with wild aggression but with calm, controlled skill. Their courage was contagious. Some began helping where they could, reinforcing barricades or assisting the wounded. The humans' focus inspired others to act, turning fear into action. After several hours of fighting, the aliens attempted a concentrated attack on the station's central hub. Amy called for a coordinated counterattack. All squads converge. Target the landing ships. Push them back. Cover each other and stay calm. Human soldiers moved like a single organism. Squads attacked from multiple directions, using tactical traps, portable explosives, and precision fire. Alien units were cut off from each other, unable to regroup. The landing ships were damaged, forcing the enemy to retreat. Captain Alex Brown moved to the front lines briefly, directing squads and reinforcing weak points. He did not need to fight personally. His presence steadied the soldiers. Private Emma Lane glanced at him and smiled quietly, feeling reassured. Humans work together like this in every battle. It was ordinary training, ordinary soldiers, but extraordinary in effect. The alien fleet, seeing repeated failures and heavy losses, began to withdraw. Their confidence shattered by humans who refused to panic. Reports from distant observers noted the retreat of overwhelming forces at the hands of what should have been a modest human defense. The whispers of special forces grew louder. Yet humans had not called a single elite team. Back at the command center, Amy and Alex reviewed the situation. Systems were damaged but repairable. Civilian casualties were minimal. The soldiers were tired but unharmed. "They thought numbers would win," Amy said. "But humans do not panic. Ordinary soldiers are enough." Lieutenant West, still amazed, asked quietly, "So, humans do not need special forces for situations like this?" Alex smiled faintly. "Sometimes special forces are needed. But the truth is, regular humans can do the impossible when trained, focused, and united. The galaxy fears us not because of elites, but because ordinary humans act like elites." Throughout the station, soldiers were checking equipment, tending to minor injuries, and preparing for the next patrol. Their calm and steady demeanor left a lasting impression on allies and enemies alike. Aliens who had witnessed the battle spread tales of human soldiers who had defeated overwhelming forces without special units. Fear and respect spread together. Lieutenant Carter, observing from afar, recorded her notes. "Humans' reputation is growing," she said to herself. "Even regular soldiers can change the tide of battle. The galaxy misunderstands them, and it is terrifying." The night passed quietly, though the station remained on alert. Humans did not celebrate. They repaired, rested, and maintained readiness. Their discipline ensured they were ready for the next challenge. Alex walked among the soldiers, observing quietly. "Remember," he said softly, "we do not fight to frighten others. We fight to protect. Fear is only a byproduct. Teamwork, courage, and calm focus, that is our strength." His words were simple, yet they reflected the truth. Humans did not rely on luck, or exotic technology. They relied on discipline, skill, and unity. The galaxy feared them because humans could act under pressure when others would panic. Regular soldiers were enough to change battles, repel invasions, and inspire legends. As dawn broke over Arctura 9, humans repaired their station, protected civilians, and trained quietly. Reports of their victories spread across the galaxy. Alien species whispered about special forces that might not exist. Fear grew, respect grew, and humans continued their work, unaware of the myths forming around them. Amy Hill and Alex Brown met briefly on the observation deck, looking at the rising suns. "They will never forget this," Amy said. Alex nodded. "They will remember the humans who held a station with ordinary soldiers. And when the real special forces are needed, the galaxy will already know how dangerous we can be." Humans had proven that ordinary soldiers were extraordinary. The galaxy's perception was changing. Whispers of human special forces filled alien corridors, fueled by fear and misunderstanding. Yet the truth remained simple. Regular humans were enough to defeat overwhelming odds, to protect their people, and to inspire legends across the stars. And somewhere in the galaxy, commanders planning attacks paused, reconsidered, and hesitated. Humans were coming, not with elites, not with mythical weapons, but with ordinary soldiers who could achieve the impossible. The galaxy would remember and fear for a long time. And so, the frontier station stood strong, humans prepared, and the legend grew. Ordinary soldiers had defended against an entire alien fleet. The myth of human special forces expanded, even though no elite had been deployed. The real secret of human power was simple, quiet, and deadly: focus, unity, courage, and discipline. And the galaxy, slowly, painfully, was beginning to understand the galaxy was changing its view of humans. News of victories at frontier worlds, repelled invasions, and successful patrols traveled faster than any official report. Alien species whispered about human special forces, imagining elite teams hidden in every colony. In truth, regular human soldiers had achieved all of it. The galaxy feared them, respected them, and tried to guess the secret of their strength. Captain Alex Brown walked across the quiet corridors of the orbital station on Celira 7. The previous invasion at Arctura 9 had ended days ago, but reports continued to arrive from nearby systems. Humans had defended stations, rescued colonies, and held ground against forces far larger than their own. Yet, no special forces had been deployed. Ordinary soldiers were enough. Lieutenant Lisa Carter joined him on the observation deck, watching the twin suns rise over the rocky terrain. "The galaxy is in chaos over your soldiers," she said softly. "Everyone assumes elite teams are everywhere. They can't believe ordinary humans could do this." Alex shook his head. "They underestimate us. Fear works without trying. Ordinary humans are enough to change the tide of any battle if they stay focused, united, and calm." She nodded. "I think I understand now. It's not weapons, technology, or luck. It's humans themselves." Alex smiled faintly. Exactly. We do what we have always done. We train, we adapt, and we fight together. The rest is their imagination. Meanwhile, Commander Amy Hill coordinated repairs on Arctura 9. Her regular soldiers were exhausted but disciplined, repairing defenses, restocking supplies, and preparing for any possible follow-up attack. Engineers worked alongside soldiers, and civilians assisted where they could. The humans' calm efficiency impressed even the local alien allies who had feared defeat before the battle began. Private Jason Reed glanced at the sky, still scarred with smoke trails from retreating alien ships. "I never thought we could hold them off," he said. Corporal Emma Lane smiled. "We didn't think either. We just did our job, focus and teamwork. That's all it took." Alien observers reporting back to their commanders emphasized the same point. Humans fought with discipline, courage, and intelligence. Their victories were not miraculous. They were the result of ordinary soldiers acting together with precision. Yet, this idea terrified the galaxy. If ordinary humans could achieve so much, what would happen if true human elites were deployed? Back at Celira 7, Alex addressed his soldiers quietly. "You have done well," he said. "The galaxy may fear us, but we fight for our own. Remember that. Focus, teamwork, courage, that is all we need. Legends are not made by special units. They are made by ordinary humans doing their duty." The soldiers nodded. They were proud, yet humble. They did not see themselves as heroes. They saw themselves as humans, trained, prepared, and willing to do what was necessary. Across the galaxy, reports of human victories began to influence alien politics. Commanders postponed attacks, fleets retreated from human systems, and councils debated the presence of human troops. Some species attempted to negotiate peace or alliances, hoping to avoid direct conflict with humans. The regular soldiers had changed the galaxy's perception, even without a single elite unit being called upon. Lieutenant Carter filed her final report for the Galactic Council. She emphasized the truth. Humans were not unstoppable because of secret forces, advanced weapons, or unusual biology. They were feared because ordinary soldiers were trained to adapt, remain calm, and act decisively. Humans fought not for glory or conquest but to protect their own. Yet, this simple truth was terrifying to the rest of the galaxy. At a meeting with allied alien leaders, Amy Hill explained human philosophy. "Our special forces exist for extreme situations," she said. "But our regular soldiers are trained to handle threats every day. That is why we succeed. We rely on teamwork, focus, and courage, not miracles, not luck." The aliens listened, some incredulous, others relieved. They began to understand that human strength came from discipline, not myth. Yet the stories of human special forces continued to grow, fueled by fear and imagination. Humans had created legends without even trying. Alex watched the stars from the observation deck, thinking about future missions. The galaxy underestimated humans, assumed elites were always present, and feared what they could not understand. Ordinary soldiers had become the measure of human strength. The myths of special forces were real only because the galaxy could not believe regular humans could achieve so much. "What do you think they expect now?" Lieutenant Carter asked. "More miracles," Alex smiled faintly. "They expect fear and they will get it. But humans fight to survive, to protect, to do their duty. Fear is only a side effect. Legends are just stories. The real power is in what humans do every day." The station buzzed with quiet activity. Soldiers repaired equipment, trained new recruits, and maintained patrols. Civilians rebuilt homes, shared food, and assisted in communication networks. Humans lived simply, yet each action reinforced their growing reputation. Far from the frontier worlds, alien species debated how to respond to human expansion. Fleets were reorganized, strategies revised, and alliances reconsidered. Humans were no longer a distant curiosity. Ordinary soldiers had proven themselves against overwhelming odds, creating respect and caution wherever they were known. Back at Arctura 9, Amy Hill met with her soldiers. "You have done what many thought impossible," she said. "The galaxy fears humans not because of elites but because of you. Your courage, focus, and unity are what make humans strong. Remember that." Private Daniel Myers looked around at his teammates. "We're not special," he said quietly. "We're just doing our job." "Exactly," Amy replied. "That is what makes us extraordinary." The humans trained, patrolled, and lived with quiet confidence. Their victories continued, each mission reinforcing their reputation. Yet they remained humble, focusing on their duty, not the myth spreading across the stars. Alien commanders planning attacks hesitated, reviewing reports of human regular soldiers repelling superior forces. Fear and respect became inseparable. The legend of human special forces grew, even though no elite had been deployed. Ordinary humans had achieved what few other species thought possible. Alex reflected on the journey so far. Humans had defended frontier worlds, saved colonies, and repelled invasions. The galaxy feared them, respected them, and misinterpreted their strength. Yet humans had not changed. They continued to train, protect, and act with courage. Ordinary soldiers were enough, and that was the true power. Lieutenant Carter observed quietly, noting the reactions of aliens and humans alike. "Humans do not fight to intimidate," she said softly. "They fight to protect, yet the galaxy sees only the result." "That is why humans are feared," Alex nodded. "Fear is a byproduct. Discipline, unity, courage, that is the core. Humans have been the same for generations. We train everyone to be ready, and the galaxy underestimates us. That is our advantage." As the sun set over Celira 7, the station remained alive with activity. Soldiers patrolled the perimeter, engineers repaired structures, and civilians prepared for the night. The galaxy whispered about human special forces, unaware that the legend had been created by ordinary soldiers acting consistently, decisively, and bravely. Alex looked at his soldiers quietly. "You do not need to be heroes," he said softly. "You do your job. You act with focus and courage. That is enough. The galaxy will remember even if we do not seek it." His words reflected the truth. Humans had become a standard of strength not through elite units or advanced technology, but through ordinary soldiers trained to act under pressure, to work together, and to never give up. The galaxy feared what it could not fully understand. In the following weeks, the frontier world stabilized. Humans continued their patrols, protected colonies, and trained for future challenges. Alien observers spread reports of human victories, emphasizing that regular soldiers could achieve the impossible. The stories of special forces became legends, intertwined with fact and fear. Alex watched from the observation deck, thinking of the future. Humans would continue to expand, to defend, and to act with courage. The galaxy would continue to misinterpret their strength. Yet humans did not fight for fear, legends, or recognition. They fought for each other, and that was enough. Lieutenant Carter joined him one final time. "Humans have become more than a species," she said quietly. "They are a standard, a measure, and a legend." Alex smiled. "Legends are fine, but the truth is simpler. Humans fight together, stay calm, and never give up. The rest is imagination." The night passed quietly. Humans rested, repaired, and trained. The galaxy whispered their tales, feared their strength, and imagined their hidden elites. Ordinary soldiers had created legends, proving that humans were extraordinary even when they were just being human. And so, humans stood strong, ordinary soldiers ready for the next mission, for the next threat, for the next challenge. The galaxy would remember them, not because of myths, but because ordinary humans had already achieved what others thought impossible. Humans did not need to boast. Humans did not need to show their elites. Ordinary soldiers had already changed the galaxy. The legend of human special forces had grown from regular humans acting together, calmly, courageously, and decisively, and the galaxy would never forget it.